the infamous, annoying Bystials. Are you tired of having your plays inconveniently, rudely interrupted by the Bystials? Are you tired of having your militias banished? Are you tired of having your Cross Crusader interrupted, your Cross Crusader line of play interrupted by the Bestial, and whatever other Destiny Hero play you might have? And do you want to know how to consistently punish the Bestials? Well, you're gonna want to watch this, so stay tuned for this. Let's get it.
ヒーロー D シリーズ D シリーズディスティニーデストロイです
D time!
It's D タイム
It is Michael Bowden back again, and I am your host, Destiny Hero Mike. And welcome back to D Time! We're here, baby! It's always D Time, in more ways than one. And if you guys missed my previous tier 0 killer video, deck profile, Destiny Hero deck profile, check it out. I'm not gonna leave a link because it was literally the last video that was on that I just uploaded. So go ahead and check it out when you get the chance to. I explain a lot there on how to deal with this format, but really in particular, I want to talk about how to deal with the Bystial as hero players. And subscribe if you're here watching this. This is a hero-oriented channel, by the way. If you're new here, and we just discuss different hero, topics and strategies, and we do live duels and whatnot. And also join that Discord. The Discord link in the description below, where again we talk about hero stuff. That's all we really talk about there. So, anyways, without further ado, I really just want to get into a quick discussion on what we can do what I've been doing, okay? What I've personally been doing to counter the Bystial Magnamut. Now, what Bystial Magnamut does and what they all do, what all the Bystials do is, as a quick effect, if we control a monster, they can banish a light or dark from our graveyard and quick effect summon this guy. So they banish light or dark for cost and then summon this guy. So the first thing they're going to see, the first thing they're going to go for that they want to interrupt is this guy. That's usually who they want to hit. And, a secondary choice would be something like a denier. So very annoying. We don't get our full combo once that happens, once that resolves. We don't have an immediate response to stop this because it is a cost. Now, we may not be able to stop it, but we are able to punish it through way of D-Force, okay? So understand something. I've explained this before, but I wanted to make a video in depth about this. The Bystial Magnamut, usually now what Malicious is, he serves as two things. He's either a combo tool or bait. Okay, now that's what helps me. That's what helps me. Okay, that's what helps me check for a Bystial. What I mean by that is when Malicious is sitting in the graveyard, and if they don't Bystial, I know they don't have a Bystial. Usually they'll never allow Malicious to stay in the graveyard because if this effect does activate, well, you can't chain Magnamut to get rid of Malicious because Malicious is a cost to activate. So Malicious therefore would play around and dodge the Magnamut via his own cost. But before we can do that, after Malicious is sent, immediately right after, without hesitation, on resolution, they banish our Malicious, and that's what happens. But the way I see it again is it's bait. It's a Bystial checker, Malicious. So don't see it as a lost asset. See it as, okay, good. That means the rest of my players usually they draw one. Sometimes they might be able to draw two. Drawing two might be able to help them, but it's not going to always be able to help them. I've had games where my opponent drew two Bystials on me, and I was still able to punish them with D-Force. So let's just go ahead and get into a quick demonstration of what it might look like if they hit us with Bystial and how we punish them thereafter. Okay, so this is our opening hand, right? This is our opening hand. We've got Malicious, D-Force, Ferris. Very simple. We have a normal summon yet. It's just 3 cards that we have, but we have to absolutely have a D-Force. That's how we punish the Bystials. And this is why we play D-Force in 3, because we simply want to be able to see it. Also, they stack and they are not once returned, so they're not a hard once return. So that's another thing to keep in mind. So if you get 2, they stack, and you can add Plasma twice in the same turn. One from deck, one from graveyard. So that's why we play 3D Force. So this is the Magnamut in the opponent's hand, okay? So let's put the Magnamut face down so that we know, usually we don't see what's in the opponent's hand, right? So let's make our play. So the first thing we're gonna do, this is a very common scenario where we send Malicious for cost, activating the Ferris effect as Chain Link 1. We don't control any monsters right now, so they cannot use the Bystial, and then boom, right? So now a new Chain Link happens, Chain Link 1 Ferris, and then because we control a monster, Chain Link 2 is going to be the Magnamut, okay? Now out comes the Magnamut. It's really annoying, and for cost, they're going to get rid of Malicious. That's usually what happens. So we're going to show full combo at this point. Now we know we're good, right? We're not going to need any more in the graveyard to continue. We're not going to need any more. It's not going to be too serious, at least. So we're going to go ahead and resolve our Chain Link 1 with Ferris. D-Force is still in our hand, so resolve our Chain Link 1 with Ferris, and then we'll use our increase, tribute for cost, bring out increase. Because now, even if they had a second, even if they had a second Bystial, you're going to see what happens. You're going to see what happens. So the increase activates, which summons our Vion, okay? Now our Vion activates, starting a new Chain Link to send our Shadow Mist. So now we have 2 automatic heroes in the graveyard. So they would, in order for them to stop our polymerization play, they'd have to literally have 2 more Bystials, which I find highly unlikely. But let's just say, for argument's sake, they get rid of our Shadow Mist or something. But our Shadow Mist already resolves. So bring out, we'll just keep it simple with just 1 Bystial, okay? We'll just keep it simple with 1 Bystial. So Shadow Mist resolves, and we're going to add our hero. And guess what? We haven't even normal summoned yet, so we're going to go ahead and add our Stratos, okay? The next thing we're going to do is banish our, let's say, our Ferris for cost. We like to get rid of Ferris. Oh, in my build we do, because I don't play the evil hero, so we don't need a level 5 or higher. Grab our polymerization. So now we've got our fusion play. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to normal summon our Stratos. And our Stratos is going to go ahead and search our... We don't have a D hero right now. This is even without a D hero, okay? So we're going to get our Liquid Soldier, okay? So the next thing we're going to do... Now, we have a choice. We can D-Force right here and Tribute 3 and bring out Plasma, or we can make sure we get a Draw 2 and a Miracle Fusion. So, which would actually still equal 3 monsters on the field. So this is without Fusion Destiny. This is without, anything else. But Fusion Destiny typically usually completes the combo. So what we're going to do is we're going to link these 2 away. So link away our Increase and our Stratos to bring out our Wonder Driver, okay? So we bring out our Wonder Driver, and then we're going to go ahead and polymerization between the Vion and the Liquid Soldier. And we're going to bring out our good friend, our main starter, the Elemental Hero Sunrise. Then we get Chain Link 1. Wonder Driver is mandatory to target polymerization, which thank God this is a spell because they cannot Bystial and Poly, which is pretty cool. And the Liquid Soldier is water, which is really cool. As Chain Link 2 to draw 2, discard 1. And the Sunrise to grab our Miracle Fusion. So here it is. Here's our Miracle Fusion. And then we're going to just, for free, draw 2. Now, let's just say, for argument's sake, because Fusion Destiny is at 3, we don't even need the Fusion Destiny. We're going to do this without the Fusion Destiny. It's bonus if you get Fusion Destiny. I'll show you what to do if you don't get Fusion Destiny and what to do if you do get Fusion Destiny. So let's just draw 2 face down, okay? Let's draw 2 face down. We have our Miracle Fusion. Then we have to discard 1. So we need these, right? So let's just discard 1. Let's discard a Vion, right? Or even if it was like a Hero Live. So let's discard a dead Vion. And we're going to go ahead and resolve our Wonder Driver and set our polymerization, okay? So, okay, you're like, oh man, I still only have 2 monsters. Don't worry, don't worry, don't worry. We're not doing the Fusion Destiny line. I'm going to show you the Fusion Destiny line after this. We're going to do it without the Fusion Destiny line, okay? So this is without the Fusion Destiny line. So, we really, at this point, it's just probably smarter to just bring out we want to bring out Escarita because we don't want to destroy this Magnamut upon Tribute, okay? So we bring out Absolute Zero. What I mean by Absolute, we bring out Escarita. If we bring out Absolute Zero, if we Tribute upon cost, it's not good. We don't really need to draw 2 at this point. Then we just go D-Force and go grab our plasma. That's 3, tribute 3, boom. So then we're gonna go ahead and use the plasma to take the Magnamut, and what happens is this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's 700. So that would be he'd be at 26 plus half of 2550. So that's what I believe that's 1250. So he's already going to be at, man, just about like over 4,000. He's going to be over 4,000, 4,050, and he's just a beast. And they're going to have a hard time dealing with that right off rip. Now let's go ahead and show you what it looks like with the Fusion Destiny, what you're supposed to do if you happen to have already had Fusion Destiny or if you draw into Fusion Destiny. All right, so now we're gonna. This is the line with the Fusion Destiny. We did the first one without. This is with the Fusion Destiny. If we already drew it or we draw into it, because it's not unlikely since Fusion Destiny is at 3. So we pick up 2. So Fusion Destiny and the dead draw, right? So we go ahead and discard the dead Vion that we don't need for the turn, and we're gonna set our polymerization, which is cool. And this is a card that we want. We were able to do it. It's a little more costly without the Fusion Destiny, but we're still able to do it. This is the card that we want, okay? So we just straight up Fusion Destiny. There's so much we're able to do here. This line is pretty gross. So we're actually just going to go for Dominance, not DPE, right? So we're going to send Denier, Malicious, and the Dreadmaster. So there we go. Send those guys to the graveyard. Boom. So we're going to send those, and we're going to bring out our Dominance. Okay? When we use the Dominance to alter their plays, mess their plays up or whatever for next turn, yada yada, that's cool. But the next line we're going to do is we're going to go Malicious. Not Malicious, we're going to go Denier. And Denier is going to recycle our Malicious that was banished from the Bystial. So boom. So it's almost just the same, right? And then we're going to go ahead and banish the Malicious. Special summon Malicious. Boom, there goes the Malicious. Now we have 2 choices. We have 2 choices for fodder. But at this point, we really don't need the Sunrise. So I'm just going to go ahead and polymerization away so Denier has higher stats than Malicious, so we're gonna go ahead and get rid of Malicious, okay? And the Sunrise. We don't need Sunrise at this point going forward in the game. So we're gonna bring out DPE, right? And the next thing we're gonna do is also now we have 2 lines of play. We could use the destroy Phoenix and Forces to destroy the Dominance and bring out 3 more monsters. We don't really want to do that. We want to save that for the next turn. So you'll use a free body. This is why the Miracle Fusion is very important. We don't always save it. You know, we're not in a Nibiru format anymore. So again, we're going to go ahead and banish our E-Hero, being the Stratos, and the Dark Monster for our Escaridao. And then we go ahead and pop off D-Force. So like this is what we really want, right? And then we go ahead and get our Plasma. Then we're going to tribute 3. Boom. Plasma take. And now it's really disgusting, right? So yeah, so that if you want to deal with this card consistently, you want to be able to punish this guy. This is why I advocate 3 D-Force. That's how you deal with the Magnamut. The Magnamut is always going to be a slave to Plasma. I've done it so many times, so many different games. In more cases than not, the Bystials work against the opponent than it does actually help them. All the Malicious was bait, and as you guys saw in a perfect hand, the Malicious got recycled just the same, and we still ended up on more or less the same end board. So, and if we need more darks, look no further than Dominance for Mass Change. He's going to produce you 3 more monsters, as well as grant protection for the Plasma, because you have cards like Dreadmaster in the graveyard, which grants protection to Plasma, and all your other D heroes on resolution. So this is why we played Dreadmaster, because it's just really overwhelming at that point. It's just overwhelming protection. This is the miscellaneous source protection we've been asking for, and here it is. It's in D-Force. They already gave it to us in the form of D-Force, guys. I don't know what else. I don't know what more to tell you guys, but you should probably be playing 3 D-Force. Anyways, guys, I love you guys. You guys be good, and always remember, a hero always lives.